Hola, mi gente. Joe Barreto back with you at the Credit Card Connection. I'm so glad you can join me. Well, mi gente, as the thumbnail says, I am a points millionaire. That's right. I have over 1 million American Express membership rewards points, making me an American Express points millionaire. Now, you're going to ask me, what is that worth? What does that mean? Well, I'm going to jump into all of that right now. But I just wanted to let you know that getting to this wasn't easy, okay? It's a lot of work, a lot of spend, a lot of planning, a lot of spreadsheets, a lot of apps. But when you get there, you feel that, wow, I accomplished that, right? So the points finally hit for me this past Thursday, even though I had met the spend about a week and a half ago or so. So I'm going to jump into this now and show you what exactly 1 million points is worth, what I plan to do with them, what you can do with them, because everybody's situation is different. So let's jump into it, mi gente. So first and foremost, what is the cash value of 1 million American Express points? So there's kind of three answers, okay? Let's start with the first one, the basic one. If you have an American Express Platinum card, the vanilla Platinum, okay, Gold card, Green card, Blue Business Plus, things like that, and you accumulate 1 million points, that cash value is going to be zero point 0.6 cents per point. So here's how that works. For every 100,000 points you have and you cash it out, you would get $600. Okay, so not bad. $600 for 100,000 points. Now, if you have the American Express Business Platinum card and business checking card, business checking account rather, you can cash those same points out at 1 cent per point. So 100,000 points is worth $1,000. So you're getting a $400 boost for every 100,000 points. So for me, a little over 1 million points that I have is worth a little over $10,000. Think about that, okay? That is not a bad haul for accumulating points. Now, a lot of it was spend. A good number of it was sign-up bonuses throughout, and some from referrals that you guys, I thank you for using my referral links and asking me for referrals to different cards and products. But to give you an example, having that extra business platinum and business checking, you're getting $400 more for every 100,000 points. Now, there's one more way to earn even more, but you would need a separate application for a different type of American Express Platinum card, and that is the Charles Schwab Platinum card. If you have that and a Charles Schwab account, you can get 1.1 cents per point. Okay, so even better than what I got. And that was my plan all along. I was going to get that card until the guys out there, my friends, Caesar, Sledge, Chad, and Anthony told me, look, if you just get the business platinum because you already have a business checking account, you can cash out at 1 cent per point. So I'm not even going to bother with the Charles Schwab card because 0.1 isn't going to make or break me. Okay. But there is a difference between 0.6 and 1 cent per point. So that's the cash value right now. Now I'm going to look down here because I put some bullet points for me because I want to just give you guys really a breakdown of what it means to get all these points. Now, if I took the total of all the points that I have across all 26 of my active cards, and those are with Chase, with Wells Fargo, with Citibank, co-branded cards like Hilton cards, Hyatt cards, JetBlue, and so on, business cards, I'm at 2.8 million. So this is the most amount of points that I have with one ecosystem, that being Amex. Chase right now, I think I'm about 750,000 Chase UR points. But Chase, you can cash them out at the 1 cent per point. So that's a no-brainer. And that's how I was able actually, and I'll go again into this a little later, how I was able to make the deposit from my Tesla earlier this year by cashing out 275,000 Chase UR points. I got $2,750 into my account to make that purchase. So here's the rest of how I'm telling you what I'm going to do with these million points now that I'm a points millionaire. But first and foremost, people also ask me, how do you keep track of it? How did you know what to do, when to use it? How do you keep track of all this? Now, I'm not so into the really nitty gritty spreadsheets and stuff like that. I rely more on the apps. And there's 2 apps out there that really are helpful in this credit card game. One being Max Rewards. The other, the one that I'm using the most, is Card Pointers. And Card Pointers allows you to see which credit cards you have listed are the best to use in every scenario. From a restaurant you're into, when you're walking in the mall, it'll actually highlight where you are and what card is best to use in those particular stores, and also for any shopping that you do online. So it kind of automatically gives me, now if I have cards that are similar and 3 points each, let's say, or whatever, I'm then able to decide which one do I want to use. So I use Card Pointers, and I have a referral link below, and there's a sale now going on for the holidays. If you just use my code below, they will give you a great percentage off. I believe it's up to 30% right now. So if you want to use that and be able to track your points, do me a favor, go right ahead and check the description box below. And also any of the other credit cards with the daily drop that I have listed there, which are my favorite credit cards and other referrals that you might be interested in. So I use that to keep track of how I'm going to get these points, because it's not easy. Let's say I only had the American Express Platinum card, which is a great card. I'm only going to get 5 times per dollar spent on flights. Everything else is 1 cent per point. So that is the weakest earner. Right now, for me, the biggest earner that added to this total was the American Express Green card, because I get 3 points on dining and 3 times on travel and airfare. So it's huge. I'm getting a lot more bang for my buck, because every time you earn across one of your American Express points earning cards, it just goes to one pot, to one total. Unlike Chase, where if you earned it on the Sapphire Preferred or you earned it on another card, you have to then manually move it over to one account. If not, you're going to have a bunch of different amounts on every other card. Amex just collects it all and puts it in one bundle. Okay, that's how come if you look on the thumbnail, you'll see membership rewards points. It's going to show that it's over 1 million, but that's across all my cards, not just using the Platinum card. All right. Now, what can I do with this 1 million points? A lot of my friends out there tell me earn and burn, right? That's the phrase that they like to use, earn and burn. I'm always honest with you guys. My weakness in this credit card game that people call it, or, credit card enthusiasts do, the redemption part for me has always been my weakness. I'm not the guy that'll say, I got 10 cents per point on this redemption traveling to, Europe on this flight and got that and transferred from this partner to that partner to get these amount of points. That's not me. So I'm planning on doing travel in 2025, and I will be leaning on my friends that do know how to do this well. The guys that I just mentioned, your Chad, your Sledge, Anthony, Caesar, those guys like that do this, Lonnie, that are really great at really maxing out the amount of cent per point. Okay. But this is what I'm planning to do with my 1 million points. I'm planning on taking 100,000 points, so $1,000, and investing it into either a high yield savings account, which right now you can see some 4%, 4.2%, 4.5%. Sometimes you'll get a quick sign up bonus that'll give you an extra point. Like right now, Robinhood Gold, if you put it in, they're going to give you the 1.1% boost for 3 months. So putting $1,000 in there on something that I really didn't physically work for, right? Just being able to put that away and having it collect interest is big. So I'm going to start with 1,000, and you're going to see why in a minute I'm not putting more. Okay. I'm always transparent here, guys. I'm being straight up with you. It might be unconventional what I'm going to tell you, but this is real life use of points. I kid you not. Okay. So first, high yield savings account like Robinhood Gold, Schwab, whatever, whatever you decide to put it into, even an Apple savings account that's still over 4%, that's still putting more money in your pocket. The other thing is, like I mentioned earlier, you could use some of those points and cash them out like I did with Chase, for instance, and did a deposit to get my Tesla earlier this year back in April. And I cashed out 275,000 points and got $2,750 towards the deposit of the car. Okay. So again, that's something that you can do. Remember, it doesn't always have to be redeemed for travel. Unlike a lot of people like, oh my God, that's the best way. Yeah, it might be the best bang for your buck. But again, it's what you're going to enjoy getting out of it. And I always refer to Spencer Johnson over a year ago, buying a MacBook Pro using his Chase Ultimate Rewards points when they had a special offer, because he uses the Pro every single day for his YouTube videos. So that's something that has even more value than travel per se. So that's why something like if you have a car that you're planning on getting and you have all these points, why take the money out of your bank account or out of a savings account where you're getting interest and just use the points? Because if they're just sitting there, they're worthless, guys. Okay. The next thing, and this is for a personal one for me, and I've mentioned this on some of the lives that I've done recently. My dream has always been, and I'll put the picture up behind here because it's already done, but for about 5 years, I've been wanting to decorate this huge pine tree in front of my home for Christmas. When I bought it 15, 16 years ago, it was 4 feet high, and now it's over 25 feet high, and it is perfectly trimmed like a perfect little triangle. But, I was able to decorate it for years, and now it's just so tall that I can't do it myself. And my dad always wanted to see it lit. And right before he passed in 2019 was the last time I actually put lights on it myself. And I almost killed myself decorating it. So now I just paid $1,000 to have that tree decorated. They did it last week. I have it through January, and then they take them down. But I'm taking 100,000 points from American Express to pay off the $1,000 to light that tree. And every year, because I signed a 3-year contract, I'm going to take 100,000 points and pay for my tree, because that's something I'm going to really enjoy and also be able to share with everyone in the neighborhood that's going to come by and take pictures and things like that, and just be able to share it with everybody in the neighborhood. So that's what I'm planning on doing with another one of the 100,000 points. Now, the other thing is, and I have to just look down here, I mentioned it a little bit earlier, and that is making travel happen in 2025. Guys, sometimes we have these plans where we like, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And we keep kicking the can down the road, right? I still got time. I still have this. I still have that. But as time passes, right? I'm 58 right now. I want to be able to enjoy, if I'm going to go on a trip, I want to be able to walk. I want to be able to do the things that still excite me and still, just give you that rush. So I'm saving the rest of my points at this point, except for 200,000. And I'll tell you that what that's going to go to in a second, but that's going to be for travel. American Express has amazing travel partners, and I will be able to travel, be it Europe or anywhere else, in business or first class, stay at amazing hotels, and just basically pay for whatever food I want to pay for, myself, because you can't use points for that, right? When you go out. But that's the plan for that. Now, I said I had about 200,000 points left over, and what was I going to do with that? And here's where real life sets in. So I've had a lot of bills come in literally at the same time. And actually, November 1st, which was yesterday, as I record this on the 2nd, I got hit with my property taxes for New Jersey and my property taxes for Florida. So the Florida taxes for the year were $3,800. for the year. It's not terrible. But the one for New Jersey for the quarter was $26.50. Okay. So do the math. I'm in the mid $6,000 range in one shot, not paying any other bill. So I said, okay, I can scramble. I can put it off. What should I do? So I'm taking 200,000 points, which is worth $2,000, and paying a $2,000 portion of the tax bill with my earnings from my American Express rewards points. Okay. People are going to say that's crazy. That's stupid. That's this, that's that. You could have earned 3 cents a point, 4 cents a point. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to stress now finding those $2,000 or figuring it out. You know, as I say, taking from Peter to pay Paul kind of a deal. I'm just going to pay it and I don't have to stress it. And I didn't have to put in hours of work into getting that. So for me, that has way more value than any trip is going to get me. And for those of you out there that are in my age range, younger or older, right? You know, the reality is that, you know, you have these responsibilities and you kind of have to take them head on, because other than that, you're stuck. You still got to foot that bill. So that's what I'm going to do with another portion of the points and pay off that debt on those taxes so that I don't have to stress it. Okay. So I gave you my own rundown of what I'm planning on doing with 1 million Amex membership rewards points. Do me a favor in the comment section below. What would you do, or what have you done with points either from Amex or Chase or any other ecosystem? If you had Citi Thank You points, if you had Wells Fargo points, whatever, let me know what you've done or what you plan on doing if you're in this same situation. Okay. I really want to know, and I would like to use these examples going forward, just so that, you know, we can share with each other here. But as always, mi gente, I thank you for being here. You could be anywhere else. You chose to be here. But more than anything else, mi gente, I thank you for giving me the privilege of your time. Until next time, mi gente, take care.